Vans. Deriving from the word caravan, the humble van has been the preferred choice of transporting goods without having to buy or rent a big-ass truck.
Rental and storage facility.
The first recorded use of vans date back as far as 1830, and the concept has remained largely unchanged throughout the centuries. In the 1920s, Ford would produce the first panel vans on their Model A platform, with other automotive groups to follow soon after. And these sold well. A motorized vehicle with tons of space for whatever you wanted to haul.
Damn it, Bam! The tire jacks ran right up my.
By the mid-50s, vans were becoming popular with more groups beyond just cargo haulers and businesses. The Volkswagen Type 2, or the Volkswagen Bus, became a successful icon of anti-war and peace groups in the mid to late 60s. Ironic, given the manufacturer's history. This boom in popularity would lead to vans becoming a pop icon. The A-Team van, the Mystery Machine, whatever this thing was. People began to realize that the space could be used for so much more than just hauling cans and plumbing supplies. You could haul flowers, band equipment, other people, or your entire livelihood. Yes, people lived in these things. People still do. And why wouldn't you? With the ever-increasing cost of living and the dwindling care for proper living conditions.
Rattly showerhead.
Living on the road in a converted van has become a more popular alternative to living. It created an entire subculture of people living in their vans, which are full of creative people working together to find the best ways to live comfortably in such a small space. Solar, hygiene, cooking, all accessible and on a budget. Despite all the information and guidance, I still don't know how to play caravan.
Where someone had put a queen on your caravan, reversing the direction and changing the suit.
But that doesn't matter. What does matter is why I'm talking to you about this in the first place. I bought a van. Let's rewind. Wait, too far. In late January, I uploaded a video explaining my current situation. To keep things short and sweet, I got kicked out of my apartment. As a young college graduate, still in the grips of student loan debt with a certificate that isn't worth its print as toilet paper, I didn't have the money or resources to just move straight into a new place. Apartments were almost entirely unavailable in my area, and neighboring areas were also exponentially higher. I also didn't want to try and buy a house on short notice with limited funds, since that's a life-changing decision that should be made in a panic. So, after joking about van lifing in my Discord server, I decided it would probably actually be a good idea. Probably. I sold my car, built up some funds, and started looking. So after a bit of looking and dealing with normal Facebook bullshit like ghosting, late responses, and even a guy that dragged me out 2 hours away only to insult me for showing up while it was raining,
Sounds like you're the jackass.
I bought this. A 1995 Ford Econoline conversion van. It was listed for $3,200. I shot the guy an offer of $2,500, and he took it. But then it turned out the brakes were out. The guy offered to fix it and deliver the van, which should have been suspicious to me. But I was so sick of the Facebook bullshit that I just shrugged and decided if it could make it from where it was to me, then it was reliable enough to last. And it did make it. So I paid the guy $2,500 and I became the new rightful owner. Let me start by saying, I got what I paid for. At $2,500, I figured it was going to need some work. The 302 under the hood ran fine and the transmission shifted okay-ish, but the rear end was entirely shot.
Watch this. See that? Go look at the, Oh my fucking god, I drove an hour away on this thing.
Before you ask, yes, I did drive it, and yes, there was a very apparent gear whine. I was hoping there was just a leaky pinion seal and needed fluid. Instead, I spent a week rebuilding the rear end. Oh, and rebuilding the brakes because the guy never fixed them. Just disconnected the rears and only used the fronts. I should not have bought this thing, but I did, and now I'm stuck with it. Luckily, under the hands of someone who actually cares, it's now much better than when I received it. Still has some mechanical things that need to be fixed, but at least it's safe to drive. So, what now? It needs to be completely renovated. I've already stripped the interior and prepped it to be rebuilt. Most of everything will be made out of reclaimed pallet wood and whatever I can get my hands on for cheap. Plan on making a small kitchenette, a twin-size bed, and most importantly, a small desk space where I can do my work. Needs to have plenty of storage space for my clothes, gear, and anything else I want or need. Along with space for Nutters, my orange idiot cat, who you may have been able to hear throughout this entire voiceover because he doesn't know when to stop talking. He needs space to do his business and just hang out. This means making a sealed area for his litter boxes accessible and comfortable, but won't stink up the place. I'll be making a small compartment under the bed lined with plastic that's ventilated to the outside of the van. Probably get an automatic scraping box just to cut down on maintenance. I'm also going to turn this old TV slot into a small nook for him to look out over everything. He likes to be high up, and this is the highest spot in the van. And it's the perfect size. No, the TV didn't actually work, but hey, there was a movie in the cassette player.
Oh my god, there is! A perfect world.
I want to keep everything as simple as possible, so I'll be using a camper-specific propane stove oven combo and a sealed propane compartment that vents to the outside. I'll have a propane alarm regardless, a 12-volt top-loading mini fridge, and a small 7-gallon water system, which should be more than enough to last me a week. Unfortunately, I won't have room for a shower or a toilet, but I could just go somewhere for those. I will be putting a removable head on the sink so I can at least take head showers if need be. Power, however, is a different story. I want to have enough power to run my PC setup efficiently, which is tricky. I've decided that I'm going to use a 2000 watt inverter powered by a 300 amp hour lithium phosphate battery and charged via 400 watt solar panels and a 30 amp charger. This may not be enough, but I won't truly know until I try it. I don't really ever push my computer to need all 750 watts, but I know that both editing and rendering tends to demand more than usual. That, and I am an avid Satisfactory Chad. I still also have to account for the other accessories such as my monitor, lights, hard drives, and anything else in the van that needs power 24/7 like the fridge. I also wouldn't mind having a TV in the sleeping area that I can cast my phone to. I'll be installing a small diesel heater for the winter, and for the summer I'll probably use a desktop swamp cooler, although I may get a small roof AC later on down the road. For internet? I don't know. Internet is the lifeblood of what I do now. It powers YouTube, streaming,
Works with autistic children, that's why she dates me.
drawing, and everything else. I only get about 50 gigs of hotspot data, which would be wiped out fairly quickly from streaming, downloading, uploading, and just regular browsing. I've looked into alternatives, but nothing seems reliable enough to justify the asking price of mobile internet. And even those options aren't unlimited, which leaves just one option: Starlink. Premium satellite internet brought to you by the inventor of the overpriced barbecue lighter and the rusting cheese wedge. As far as mobile internet goes, Starlink is the only reliable unlimited provider that I can find. Unfortunately, it's $150 a month, on top of a $600 equipment fee, for satellite internet. I understand satellite internet is expensive to maintain, and that unlimited internet on the go is still considered a niche product, even in today's day and age, but $150 a month for satellite internet seems extreme to me. But I guess I really don't have a choice. At least it will mean I'll be able to get out and explore more and still be connected. Who knows, maybe AT&T will pull their head out of their ass and offer their unlimited hotspot again. I know it used to be an option, I used to have it, but now I get throttled to an absolutely unusable 256 kilobytes per second when I go over. Unlimited, quote unquote. Regardless, this is my life now. A vagrant, homeless van dweller, feeding on scraps and showering in lakes. Or Planet Fitness. How am I funding this? Do you like stickers? Of course you do. Lucky for you, I'm currently chained to a Cricut cutter, working endless hours to make stickers for my channel members and patrons for the next month. All the funds are going directly into the van. I'm feeding this orange moron.
What was that? No, just... Hey. Ah! Cranky. What are you growling for?